Next, I will talk about the type of climate change affecting paddy and rice sector in Thailand. There are few types of climate change affecting paddy and rice sector, such as flood. In Thailand, there has a monsoonal climate and flood that part of the seasonal cycle and critical for agriculture, especially in the rice sector. Floods are most likely to become disaster when they are unusual in timing or severity. In Bangkok, Chiang Mai and other urbanization regions, new flood-sensitive settlement and land uses are expanding into low-lying wetland and rice paddy landscape. Other than that, global warming also is one of the type of climate change affecting paddy and rice sector in Thailand. When the weather is too high, it is not good for the production of the paddy. This is because the paddy cannot survive in dry season and the water resource also will dry. Next, the mitigation plan in Thailand. This mitigation plan is made by the government of the Thailand. First is building capacity to adapt and reduce vulnerability to climate change impact. Next, promoting greenhouse gas mitigation activities based on sustainable development. Then, supporting research and development to better understand climate change, its impact and adaptation and mitigation option. Then raising awareness and promoting public participation. Next, building the capacity of relevant personnel and institutions and establishing a framework of coordination and integration. And lastly, is supporting international cooperation to achieve the goal of climate change mitigation and sustainable development. This is for the climate change that affect in Vietnam. Vietnam faced increase in temperature and reduction in rainfall. Vietnam has already experienced an average increase in temperature of 0.5 to 0.7% and an average reduction in rainfall of 2% in the last 5 decades. Other than that, the Mekong River Delta and the coastal areas in the north of the central region in Vietnam are most vulnerable to the impact of global warming in Vietnam due to rising sea levels. For the climate change mitigation plan, the Vietnamese government has promoted the National Climate Change Adaptation Framework, which emphasizes the role of all sectors to combat the adverse impact of climate change from a large scale to local activities. The local people are aware that they should start to adapt to the gradual change of environment themselves with the change in crop selection to such a shortened length of growing season, shifting the time for planting and harvesting to deal with the environmental uncertainty. Next, the rice and paddy economic feasibility. In Thailand, the location were chosen for typical rice farm which is located in the northeast Thailand. The soil characteristics of the rain-fed rice typical farm are mostly sandy soils with poor soil fertility and with limited capacity to retain water. This is the typical rain-fed rice farm in Thailand, uh, which name the farm is TH4NA. From this table, we can see the gross revenue. The total is 283,414, and the total direct cost is 101 and 98, 101,098. Next, in Vietnam, the location selected for the typical rice farm in Vietnam is the typical farm. VN3LM is located at Lang Minh Commune, Chuang Loc district in the Dong Nai province is about 100 km away from the Ho Chi Minh city. The farm are well connected to a main road and electricity grid and have an irrigation system. Annual rainfall is around 2000 mm with 92% of precipitation distributed from May to October. Average temperature ranges from 23 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius, which is suitable for cereal cultivation all year round. This is the Dong Nai province, which located in Vietnam, which the farm name is VN3LM. We can see the total gross revenue for the wet season rice is 25 million, and for the dry season is 23.5 million. Meanwhile, the total direct cost for the wet season rice is 14.5 million and the dry season rice is 13.35 million. That's all from me. Thank you.